Angelica Eras.
I am Jerry Junto.
I am Alex Bernard F. Trinos.
I am Hazel.
Sana
And
in
we
Lord
are the
Arthur.
Group-4.
God gives us purpose, strength, and guidance. He helps us through tough times, brings peace, and keeps us grounded. Trusting Him brings hope, direction, and a deeper sense of meaning in life. Trusting God provides purpose, helping us navigate life's challenges with peace and hope. Also, God gives direction, helping us through life's challenges. So whenever you feel lost, you can pray and find comfort in God's plan, leading you to a new path with purpose.
Relationship or connection. Family and relationships are important because they provide support, love, and a sense of belonging. They help you through tough times, celebrate your success, and make life more meaningful. Strong connections bring comfort, stability, and happiness, helping you grow and stay motivated. So the family is our greatest source of love and support. They give us strength to chase our dreams. They believe in us even when we doubt ourselves, offering encouragement and guidance along the way. In tough times, they remind us why we started and help us stand back up. Their sacrifices and unconditional love inspires us to work harder and never give up. With family by our side, no dreams feels too far away.
So for the personal goals, goals give us a sense of direction, purpose, and focus, helping us stay motivated even during difficult times. So ang atong personal goals, it helps us move forward in life because ginatagaan ta niya sense of direction and purpose. Like a map nga nagaguide sa ato where to go. So it gives us motivation, di ba? When we have our goals, we feel excited to wake up and work towards something. And it gives us focus. Goals help us stay on track and avoid distractions. Also growth. As we chase our goals, we learn new things and we become better. And happiness. By achieving our goals, it makes us feel proud and fulfilled. So without goals, life can feel like wandering without a destination. But with them, kung natay goals, we have something to look forward to and a reason to keep going in life.
Philosophers play a vital role in our ability to think rationally, make wise decisions, and distinguish between good and bad. Additionally, philosophy aids in our personal development, sense of purpose, and ability to overcome obstacles, to help us think more creatively, solve problems better, and learn how to deal with uncertainty. For example, according to Thomas Edison, you only fail when you stop trying. And according to Xenocitium, follow where reason leads.
So, environmental factors. This philosophy says that environment is an independent factor that affects the quality of life of a person. Ecosystem or healthy ecosystems are fundamental to human well-being. It provides a clean and sufficient resources, food security, and regulating climate. Promotion of environmental health improves the quality of life. The basis of this philosophy is that to promote the society to have or to practice the healthy relationship between the environment and the people. So we all know that a healthy environment can also affect the human life in a healthy way, and the negative or unhealthy environment can affect the life of a person in a negative way. So that's all. Thank you.
Lawrence Green Precede-Proceed model. So it is a comprehensive structure for assessing health needs for designing, implementing, and evaluating health promotion and other health programs to meet those needs. So this model is a guide for creating health programs that it helps to improve people's well-being. It also helps public health workers and planners figure out what health problem exists in our community. It design solutions and evaluate if those solutions work. Precede. It provides structures for planning a targeted and focused public health program. So Precede is the first part of the model, where planners collect information and study the needs of the community. This helps them design health programs that specifically targets the community's problem. Instead of just guessing what people need, this step makes sure that the program is well planned and focused. So it will be further discussed by the next presenter. And next is the Precede. It provides structures for implementing and evaluating public health program. So once the health program is designed, Precede helps in putting it into action. This phase is also includes checking whether the program is working as expected. It ensures that the efforts are effective, and if needed, adjustments can be made to improve results. So moving on, let's go to the purpose and the relevance. So it provides a structural framework for developing behavior change intervention. This model is also used for monitoring and evaluating the intervention program. It is a participatory model and involves community participation. Contents, methods, or media for a particular program is selected according to need. It also provides structures that develop coherent plan, very detailed and thorough plan, thus addressing the problems effectively. It also concentrates on an issue at a time, eliminating the chance of a case going unhandled. So, in summary for this, the Precede model helps create well-structured health programs that encourage positive behavior change. It is not only guides the development of these programs, but also ensures they are monitored and evaluated for effectiveness. This model values community participation, making sure the program meets real needs. It selects the best method and materials based on the situation, ensuring a clear and detailed plan. By focusing on one issue at a time, it helps address health problems effectively without overlooking anything.
Now we are going to talk about the Precede model. So Precede stands for predisposing, reinforcing, enabling constructs in educational diagnosis evaluation. It is based on the premise that just as medical diagnosis precedes a treatment plan, an educational diagnosis of the problem is very essential before developing and implementing the intervention plan. So just like in nursing, when you have a patient, the first thing you do, diba, is to assess their symptoms and figure out what's wrong. Diba mo na itong diagnosis. Once you know the problem, you can create a treatment plan to help the patient feel better. Now, i-apply na to siya sa idea, sa community. Diba? Before ang mga barangay officials or sa pa na sila nga mga officers, mga ka-help sila sa members of the community. They first need to understand what's causing the problems nga naa sa ilang community. Therefore, mauna nilang ilang diagnosis. So once they know the problem, they can create a plan to help the members of the community improve. Just like how us nurses would create a treatment plan for our patient. Now, si Precede na siya'y phases, which is the social diagnosis, the epidemiological diagnosis, the educational and organizational diagnosis, and the administrative and policy diagnosis. So, for the social diagnosis, ginatackle diri what is the community's quality of life like and what do they want to improve. So, think of this phase as understanding what the community feels they need. So, you ask what is important to them for a better life. So, example, the people in the community think that older adults get diabetes. They're not talking about it much because there's shame or stigma, and many don't know that changing their habits can help prevent or control it. So, for the epidemiological diagnosis, what health problems or issues are affecting the community. So, diri you figure out what specific health problems are really hurting the community's well-being. These steps looks at the actual data to see kung unsa jud ang problema. Example, sa kaning community, the diabetes is common in adults ages 40 to 60, especially in lower income areas. So, the main causes seem to be obesity, not exercising, and eating poorly, plus some neighborhoods don't have access to healthy food. For the educational and organizational diagnosis, what changes needed to happen in behavior and environment to improve the health of the community. So this is about figuring out kung unsa ang kinahanglan i-change or what the people need to change and what resources are available. It's about teaching the people healthier habits and improving the environment around them, like clinics or local support. Example, diba, people in the community don't know much about diabetes. Doctors and clinics aren't consistently giving information or guidance on how to manage it. Local clinics are too busy and don't have enough help, like dietitians, to support diabetes care. So for the administrative and policy diagnosis, what programs or support systems do we need to make these changes happen? So kaninga phase is all about planning how to actually help by creating health programs or changing policies na makasupport sa atong community. It's about making sure that there are enough resources like programs or laws to support the health changes. Example, the community doesn't have laws or policies that help with regular diabetes screenings. Insurance doesn't cover enough for diabetes treatment, and there's not enough funding for local programs to help prevent diabetes. In short, the Precede model helps you understand the community's health needs and figure out kung unsay problema, i-identify how to fix it, and then create the right programs or policies para makapromote or support ani nga mga changes.
Proceed. It is the treatment portion of the model and compromises the implementation and evaluation of the intervention. So Proceed is a policy, regulatory, organizational, constructs in educational and environmental development. So let's proceed to the phases of Proceed. So Phase 5, Implementation, where the designed health promotion program is actively put into practice and delivered to the target population, essentially carrying out the intervention as planned. And next is Phase 6, Process Evaluation. Determine whether the intervention is actually taking the action intended. In Phase 7, Impact Evaluation. Determine whether the intervention is having the intended effects on behavior and or environment. And lastly, Phase 8, Outcome Evaluation. Determine whether the intervention ultimately brings out the improvements in the quality of life identified with the community as its desired outcome. So example, Phase 5, Conducting the Intervention. A CHN team works with community groups to create a diabetes prevention program that includes free health screenings, nutrition education, and fitness programs. Then next, in phase 6, the CHN team assesses whether the program is going as planned by, like counting the number of people who attended the workshops, or ensure that nurses deliver the curriculum correctly, or gathering community feedback to identify potential barriers. Then phase 7, following 6 months, the CHN team assesses changes in the lifestyle, behavior, and environmental factors, such as participants increase their levels of physical activity, more people are choosing healthier food options, or local supermarkets offer more fresh produce. Then lastly, phase 8. After 1 year, the CHN team evaluates long-term health outcomes like a drop in new diabetes cases in the community, participants improve their blood sugar control, and then improve quality of life with fewer diabetes-related hospitalization.
So this is the graphical presentation of the phases of Proceed and Precede. So these are the advantages and strengths: green economy, sustainable agriculture, fair trade, and resource efficiency. So we start with green economy. Green economy developing industries that have minimal environmental impact. So a green economy focuses on a sustainable development without degrading the environment. It promotes industries that use clean energy, reduce pollution, and minimize waste while ensuring economic growth. So examples are renewable energy industry. Wind and solar energy companies reduce reliance on fossil fuels, lowering carbon emissions. So second, sustainable agriculture. Using agricultural practices that preserve the environment. So it involves farming practices that protect the environment, maintain soil health, and conserve water, while ensuring long-term food production. It reduces chemical use, prevents deforestation, and supports biodiversity. So an example of this is organic farming, using natural fertilizers and crop rotation to maintain soil fertility. So third, fair trade. It guarantees fair wages and working conditions for all workers. It ensures ethical businesses practices where producers, especially in developing countries, receiving fair wage, safe working conditions, and protection from exploitation. It promotes social justice while fostering sustainable supply chains. So example is a fair trade handmade crafts. Organizations like 10,000 villages sell handmade goods at a fair price to benefit artisans. So lastly, resource efficiency. Using resources more efficiently to reduce waste and cost. So resource efficiency focuses on using materials, water, and energy in a way that maximizes productivity while minimizing waste. It reduces cost, environmental damage, and overexploitation of natural resources. So an example of this is energy efficient buildings using LED lighting, insulation, and solar panels to cut electricity use. And another example is zero waste manufacturing. Companies like Toyota use lean production methods to reduce waste and improve efficiency. So by adopting these approaches, industries and communities can create a more sustainable, fair, and resource-efficient future.
Good day, my name is Glyza Moroma, and today I'll be tackling about the disadvantage of Precede-Proceed model. So first is, this model is time-consuming and resource-intensive. Because this model involves multiple phases of assessment and planning, which can be time-consuming and require significant resources. These include the budget, the personnel, and data collection efforts. This can be a barrier for programs with limited resources and tight timelines. And the next one is complexity. This model's comprehensive nature can be complex to understand, especially for those people who are unfamiliar with the health promotion theory and practices. This complexity can lead to challenges in applying the model effectively. And the next one is lack of a specific intervention model. So the Precede-Proceed model provides a framework for planning but does not provide specific guidelines on selecting or developing intervention methods. So this can be a challenge for practitioners who need more concrete guidelines on what interventions or actions to implement. So the next barrier or the disadvantage is the limited focus on contextual factors. While the model includes ecological assessment phase, It may not adequately address all the complex contextual factors that can influence health behaviors and program outcomes. This can be limitation in situations where social, economic, and political factors may play significant role. So next is difficulty in evaluating long-term impact. This is because the model emphasizes the importance of evaluation, but it can be challenging to assess the long-term impact on health promotion programs. This is because behavior change can be complex and influence the various factors over time. So next disadvantage is potential for rigidity. So the structured nature of the model can sometimes lead to rigidity in planning process, making it difficult to adapt to changing circumstances or new information. This can be a limitation in dynamic community settings. So the next disadvantage is emphasis on individual behavior. While the model acknowledges the importance of ecological factors, it often focuses primarily on individual behavior change. This can be limitation in addressing health issues that are rooted in broader social or environmental determinants. So this is important to note that these weaknesses do not invalidate the Precede-Proceed model, but they highlight areas where practitioners should be mindful and consider supplemental approaches or adaptations. These model strengths such as its comprehensive and emphasis on planning and evaluation often outweigh its weaknesses, especially when used in experienced practitioners. In conclusion, the Precede-Proceed model is a valuable tool for health promotion planning, but it's essential to be aware of its limitations. By understanding these weaknesses, practitioners can use the model more effectively and complement it with other approaches or as needed.
Hi, I'm Julika Eras.